Hey, um, hey, it's me, Sheldon. It's kind of early right now, so I kind of was hurried to get on the camera, but the feeling is, I just woke up and I kind of feel like there's some type of live augmented spying that's feeling like there's some type of ransom in the community, or even police, or the concern that there's officers profiting from a sex trade that is live augmenting, or even I kind of feel that there's a ransom, or even in the community, or at least in Latin in mass numbers, where they're forcing mindsets, or even altering mindsets, to even become a lifestyle of a prostitute. But the thing is, it's feeling of ransom. It's actual feels like a real feeling of being targeted for ransom, or feeling that there is a cyber ring making profit, and at least there's some type of, or even if it's at a governor level, or even at a president level, or even at a police, where there's just too many. It's to the point where it's targeting children, and even some children are even forced to, almost like as if they're under scrutiny, or there's some type of ransom for them to live a lifestyle as a prostitute. But there's a group that there's a sex trade that's profiting, and it seems as if there's a lack of respect. Officers think it's norm, but too many sex crimes with officers in Sacramento and Elk Grove, where you get the idea that there must be a profit to gain, and it's making it feel of a concern. Even myself, like I said, family. Before I might have mentioned, I'm speaking up for a family that's also of in law enforcement. But the thing is, it's a different. I have correctional officers, so that's a level four. But I'm getting the feeling that even in level four, there's corruption. So there's corruption everywhere. But the thing is, this is actually becoming a nuisance, a feeling of menacing, stalking, or even forcing, or the feeling that there's a ransom, that there's a sex trade that's profiting off groups that would never have thought that would live the lifestyle of some kind of prostitute, or even sex worker. But now it's to the point it's becoming a bit bizarre. It's not normal. It used to be. Now it's. I'm getting the feeling that there's a man named Don Anderson that knows Rosa Torres. I'm kind of convinced they're both accomplice, or there's some type of mafia that is spying for profit, and or there's some kind of ransom. And yeah, this is not normal behavior. She doesn't have normal behavior. I'm having missing clothes, and I never had missing clothes before. I think Rosa Torres is part of some Mexican mafia, and that's she's not really front about anything. I just woke up, so I look a little bit idiot or horrible. But she never is actually. I don't even have a vehicle. All of a sudden, she doesn't even want to help me. As if my mother's trying to steal an identity, and there's a Don Anderson making false impression, trying to help her. So it's a person that's in contact with. It's a big black guy, but the thing is, I I convinced this guy has a mindset of rape, or even that the reason why I said it, because it's to alter the mindset into a prostitute. But some mindsets are, or even if it's he's from West Oakland, so I was feeling someone talking to my spectrum. Actually, it makes me feel a bit sick, because mindset I'm looking at. I mean, I'm a late bloomer. I think it would be fine marriage. And I mean, I'm not used to having a group targeting me, or the feeling, or even finding a wingman, and you think that's normal, or at least you find someone that is already has some kind of attraction, and then, or even the feeling that there's some type of ego, and then you or to gain sometimes when you find the right wingman, things kind of help improvement within yourself, and not, you don't really, it's not you need therapy, you need a wingman. So no offense, but I'm missing on getting that, and I'm getting the feeling that it's pushing friendship away. The feeling that there's a cyber ring monitoring in my community in Elk Grove, and they can't really convince the officers are the ones to give feel concerned. I kind of convinced there's just too many officers that may have or where there's a profit or even there's some type of financial gain, but it feels like ransom. That the feeling that they're spying, they're using this live augmented surveillance, and there's a feeling of ransom, like officers are helping police officers, real police officers, correctional officers, or if it's not, so people in the government are helping the feeling that there's a ransom against Americans. And I'm born in America, or even law enforcement families. But the thing is, now it's the point it's backfiring. It seems like it's friendly fire almost. The feeling is, um, yeah, it's important to even seek a wingman because that even sharpens the saw also. But I'm getting the impression that I have the enemy sharing thought with me, where it's making it so I don't so I have the impression that this person doesn't want to be married. It's to the point where it's targeting females that if I did desire marriage, it's as if it's risking them to prostitute, or because there's a spectrum that is mirroring my device, and if I'm glancing at the person I desire, and then there's a group that kind of has a different mindset where it kind of makes it feel uncomfortable. At least understand. I just woke up. Yeah, sorry. I I have connections. Well, I wouldn't say connections. I have normally, in Wisconsin, you wouldn't necessarily. I'm in California now, but things are a bit mindsets were a bit family oriented. Now it's to the point where they're trying to alter the mindset to the point that as if they're it's becoming an insult. The feeling that the family oriented mindset is someone that's spying on me is, or the feeling of ransom, trying to force that family into a sex worker, and the mindset is actually a family mindset, and that's actually becoming an insult.